in the bar.
Want to go live at the bar and smoke cigars? We should do that. We
Yeah.
should tell people how to start a cigar company.
Yeah.
We should do that. That'll be the next one. We'll pull some cameras out over there. But there's a lot of places to rent in Sosua. If you're looking for peaceful, affordable, and tranquil, look at Casa de Compai, Sosua's hidden gem. When you're ready to reserve at Casa de Compai, my contact information is in the description down below. What's happening is things are starting to go back to the way they were before COVID, with construction, with moving money around, with accessibility to products. And the people that are post-COVID are not understanding what's going on.
No.
So the people that came down during the boom time, they don't know what's coming. And they're starting to talk about, whoa, why is things slowing down? Things are getting bad. No, things are finally starting to level out. They're starting to get back to the way they were, where things are more manageable. That's
Right.
how I see things going.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. And the behavior that we have in general in the country for over the last 5 years has been like the roaring 20s in the States.
Great analogy.
Like,
Great analogy.
Everything was fast. Everything, you need money, this. You need one house, this. You wanted to work remotely? Yes, let's do it. But things, all of a sudden, people have realized, and companies have realized that catering that demand is not suitable for the long term. So they have been rolling back to the way things are. Yeah, it feels like a little bit bureaucratic, but we need to switch to normality when it goes to that.
It's life's a marathon, not a race. And that's what everybody was so just hell bent as the expat to get down here, get into the market, buy, become the expert, talk about it, market it, peddle it, profit from it, that they never really learned it. That's how I see it. And now things are starting to level out, and the people that are telling you how things should be, it's not working out.
No,
anymore.
and it's good that
it's like a day of reckoning's coming, and
it's good that the people are making their senses and opening their eyes and say, "Oh, this is reality. This is how things real work."
Because nothing
here.
wasn't normal. Because even in business, the low seasons weren't real low seasons during COVID.
Right.
After COVID, and everybody assumed that was the normal way of doing business. And I'm telling no, this is very good. This is good times. But winter's coming. Things are going to get slower. Things are going to go back to normal. This year things went back to normal and then some, because the world economy is slowing down. And that's the next thing. As the world economy slows down, the central bank's going to tighten up some more in their lending. They're going to slow things down by permits. They're going to slow the roll through what you said. The bureaucratic.
Let me share a little advice, and I took that from a banker, and that person told me that during this time, save as much as possible. Save. Whatever you have in money, whatever you already earn, save as much as possible, because what we're going to see in the upcoming years is going to be a huge tie up from all central banks, and that includes from us. They're going to be asking more and more. It's not about impose new restrictions. It's going to be like, it's more about protecting the system.
Yep. Well, it's what you're going to see is credit's going to dry up.
We're having a credit boom right now. This year, everybody started putting credit there with cars, loans to homes, and everything for locals. But the thing is that that's not attractive anymore. The way that the loans were displayed in 2021 aren't going to be the same as we have right now. They're putting there for houses 14, 15% interest rate, but for 6 months. So what the heck? No.
Yeah, you
no.
Well, you know, and it's that's okay when you can service it. But the problem is when you can't service that debt, when you can't pay that debt. And there's just been too many people who have come down here, gotten loans. Some people gotten them down here, not too many. A lot of people are taking out, having those people hold mortgages for them who own the property.
Mm-hmm.
People are taking home equity loans back back in the States, and they're buying multiple property based on their expectations of the years before when things were really good. And I did a live feed 6 weeks ago, and I had two guys come on and say, "Yep, I'm selling all three of my properties," and he told us where they were. One was in Playa Dorada, one was in Playa Hispaniola, and the third one he didn't say. And the other guy said, "I'm selling both of mine because I don't have the rental income." I have a buddy who's a real estate agent in Casa Linda, and he told me there's 80 party villas for sale in Casa Linda.
Jesus.
80. And a lot of them are holding debt from America. So debt rate, if you have debt going into this, you're going to get crushed. And I'm seeing a lot of people promoting mortgages, promoting mortgage brokers, pushing debt.
And it's the
You
same
do
for
not
locals.
want debt down.
Yeah, and it's the same for locals. They're still selling apartments in Santo Domingo, saying that it's going to be Airbnb flexible, which is that's not a goal in 2026. Forget about Airbnb here. You have to think on the long run. You have to think on the long-term rentals, and people doesn't understand and realize that that's a way. I mean, I even myself, I invested in an apartment 6 years ago in Santo Domingo, but instead of moving that to Airbnb inventory, I switched it to long-term rental, and it's a blessing. That guy is still there 6 years later. For me, it's a great thing. But most of the people, because they want money fast,
Yep.
and they want to say, "Oh, because I get my return immediately," I say, "Jesus Christ, no, you're not gonna get it.
No, I mean,
you're not gonna get it because markets is already saturated with Airbnbs in this country."
Well, look
A
how many
lot.
Airbnbs been kicked off the market, myself included. And they never told us what, other than you violated community standards. They really didn't tell you why. And I didn't care. You know, I didn't hitch my wagon to Airbnb. And most of my clients who came over, most of my problems came over Airbnb. You know, to be honest. The way that I see this going forward in the next 18 months is you're going to have credit becoming less available. You're going to see the amount of rentals being taken off the market because they're going to be losing them. You're going to have people unloading a lot of property down here because the vacation rental is going to take a hit. We haven't had it down.
Vacation rentals,
going to take a hit.
and the cities with the short-term rentals too, because again, a lot of people here, especially Dominicans, have invested a lot of money buying properties just for the fun of getting a short-term commission or Airbnb or getting a cash out of it. But that's gonna it's drying up. The big bottle of Airbnb is getting dry up in this country.
You know, Airbnb was a victim of its own success. I started when I started, it was Home Away. You know, and Home Away was great until they got greedy. Then Airbnb made their mistakes, and the next big boy on the block will make the same mistake like the other two. But I just think the whole mentality of doing a business in a residential community is over. The people don't want it. The people don't like it. And I think eventually your insurance companies and your lending institutions are going to put clauses in the mortgages and the insurance
already-
policies
they're
to
already
say,
doing
hey,
it.
you can't be
They're
doing
already
it.
doing
Are they
it.
doing that already?
There's certain banks that they're imposing restrictions when it goes to that, and they're just focusing on, okay, this is going to be for living. The loan that you're asking is not going to be for Airbnb. It's not going to be for short-term rentals. It's going to be for living and a minimum time. The comforture law, again, as one of the things that are being good, attractive for everyone. Not even
What is the comforteur law?
comforture law was regulation that established that properties in touristic areas will be tax exempt for a certain amount of years. I think it's a 10-year period when you purchase it for a first time. After that, it's just one first property. But you will get the benefit of not paying property taxes for over 10 years. Everybody had taken advantage of that.
Sure.
Realtors, construction builders, everybody, and in all areas. It was designed for cities like Sosua, but it has been established nationwide in all cities. And now they're trying to get it rolling back because it's too much. No one's going to pay property taxes. I mean, what is the government main source? Income from taxes. And now they're trying to speed up the pedal a bit when it goes to that, and trying to pull back the comforture law, and it's still in place, but it's going to be one of the things that I think is going to be rolled back.
Sure. No,
in the
absolutely.
next few years.
And what I believe is you're going to see more use tax come in. As an example, they're going to go after the real estate, well, the Airbnbs. They're eventually they're going to require them to have an RNC number, which is a tax number, to be able to do that.
I'm a contractor, so I'm obligated to declare my income. I've been doing that for over 10 years. It's been back and forth because I'm being employed and went back as an independent, as a freelance. But not all freelancers had that established. The government has been, since the crash of 2003, what the government has been trying to do, and remember, guys, this is a country where the majority of people are not employed. They're working by themselves. They have their own small businesses, and the beach,
Sure.
or
Well,
on
Comado,
the market on
yep.
Comado. But all these businesses, they're not paying taxes.
No.
And because they don't declare it, they don't know how to declare it. Or if they wanted to go to declare it with an accountant, the accountant going to say, "Oh, I'm going to cash out this because this guy doesn't declare since 2005." So the majority of people here, because this is a very informal economy, 47. I don't have the number right now, but it's a huge part. I mean, 4 of 10 Dominicans are in the informal market, not in the formal market. The formal market is everyone who's a collar worker, white collar worker who's in the office, and they don't have to declare their income. And this is totally opposite when it goes to the States or Europe, when you guys need to declare the income. In DR, it's been a like, mixture of things.
Well, here's the thing.
For a while, and that's one of the things that the government is trying to.
But how are you gonna how is the Moto Concho gonna you know what
you can't.
what's
There's
you know what's he gonna do? He's
the only way that the government has been trying to get taxes from informal is with the goods, with the ITEVIS, which is the VAT, which is the tax
sales tax and use tax.
That's the only way that the government has to impose.
And that hurts the poor people the most.
Yeah.
That's who it really crushes. But this country's not set up to go into a digital economy. Because too many things are this is still a cash country. A lot of things are still done cash.
No, for sure. This is a 75% of the economy is still in cash.
You're obviously
they're trying to establish new ways to move into the digital credit card. I remember credit card was back in the day. It was like uh, a thing that if you carry a credit card, it was a curse because no one would accept you. They would charge you for using the credit card, and now with the bank transfers, everybody's using it now. They impose a transfer tax, which is 0.1%, 15%.
Yeah, I mean, because I pay most of my
To get
utilities
money out
online.
of transfer. That's one of the policies post COVID.
Yeah.
To get into the economy into a digital environment, to impose a transfer tax on that. That's the only way that the government can track on that, and that's the only way when it goes to moving money, they can impose all this.
That's
taxes.
a whole nother show just about trying to move money in and out and around. Certain things it's really good. It's easier for me to hop on one of my bank apps and send money to you bank to bank. That's easy. It's easy for me to pay my utilities on my card, and they take their 4 or 5 peso fee, and it's a done.
Yeah, but
it's great. I
every
love
4 or 5 pesos of every transaction you made through your bank app,
it adds up.
If you sum it up, it's a huge amount of money that you're paying to the government for that.
And you know what? If I don't have to stand in line to pay my electric bill, I'll pay double, not to have to stand in that line for an hour. You know, for me, it's just worth it. I can sit with a cup of coffee in the morning and do all my bills in 20 minutes. It's wonderful.
There being a lot of initiatives to try to move the economy into the digital landscape. Compared to Latin America, we're still behind when it goes to moving money between people. It was a time before the pandemic, a good initiative, but it didn't go through the central bank. They wanted to establish a standard when it goes to moving money between all banks without fees, which is it was a great idea.
It was a great idea.
It was similar to Interac in Canada.
Ah, gotcha.
But the thing is that banks they didn't allow that because they wanted all the banks that wanted their money and they wanted their commissions on that. And what we have is that every bank has its own protocol when it goes to moving money.
Oh.
And it's a chaotic situation, especially for expats.
That's a whole nother hour video.
You're coming from an environment where you use Zelle or Cash App, and you move into a country where none of that is happening at all, and where you moving money between banks can be a hassle.
It's easier as long as you're dealing with a bank on the island.
Yeah.
It's super
It's
easy.
easier. But when it goes to moving money, foreign money, to your bank, to a local bank, or moving money from DR to overseas, Forget about it.
It's easy to get money in. It's hard to get money out.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. Well, we are coming up on an hour.
This has to be like a 4-hour.
We could. Man.
Because we have a lot of subjects. But when it goes to construction in general, I think we approach a lot of the topics on the surface. Of course, we're going to do a lot of versions of it in the upcoming days. But yeah, it's been a great conversation.
Yeah, this needs to be a repetitive thing. You need to do this every time you're in Sosua doing your business. Because what John does, he works with a lot of the cigar companies here as well. Steel Horse.
Yeah. Compai
cigars. So, anything, to deal with marketing, if you want to get your own cigar brand going, what else do you do as far as?
Right now, I'm focused on digital marketing. So any small business out there that needs some help when it goes to digital marketing or establishes themselves and the interwebs, I'm more than happy to help.
So contact information will be in the description down below, or you're more than likely to shoot me a WhatsApp and I'll pass the contact information on as well. So guys, thank you so much for watching Compai's Expat channel with John in studio. Good friend of mine, like I said before, very thankful for everything all the help you've given me getting my cigar line off. It wouldn't be there without you, my brother.
I appreciate that.
But guys, always remember, keep personal private and private personal.
For sure. 100%. That should be the motto of any expats, either here or any part of the world, of course. Keep your things private. Yeah.
Yep. So guys, peace out. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Adios.